Well, we're going to say a lot of things actually today. But we're going to be talking about an old school Clash of the Champions, the very last one. It's the end of an era, you might even say. This one went down in August of 1997. It's Clash 35. Meltzer would say right after it was done. Currently, we've heard no official word that the August 21st, 35th Clash in a history dating more than 9 years would be the last one. But with Nitro, the 2-hour live weekly show almost making the Clash obsolete, doing a second live show should finish the deal, because if WCW goes through with its plans of 2 Clash specials in 98, it would mean during those weeks it would have 3 nights of primetime wrestling. If it turns out the final Clash, it'll probably be remembered by one of those unfortunate screwed up angles that only seems to happen at Clashes. We'll talk about that later. But it is interesting to think about, what a big opportunity the Clash was. And you and I've talked about this a lot. The very first one made Sting. It went head to head with WrestleMania 4, which was the crowning of the Macho Man. And Ric Flair helped make Sting on the other channel for free. All kinds of viewing records for that. And you guys were off to the races. And it became a big part of what you were doing. Almost like, and bear with me here, Tony, the WCW version of Saturday night's main event. What do you think of
that? Yeah, I guess it was.
But it was a bigger channel. It was a bigger time slot. It was a bigger time, blah, 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 blah. But of course, I felt like we got better wrestling on this than we would on a Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event was certainly more pomp and circumstance. But here at the end of 97, you guys were talking a lot about, hey, is there going to be a second show? And of course, we know the answer is yes. And it's coming in January, and it's going to be Thunder. So now with 2 hours, or 3 hours rather, live on TNT for Nitro, and now 2 hours for Thunder, that gives you 5 hours of programming a week, which we knew way back in 1998 was too much, yet WWE's doing it today. Now, the difference being WWE's getting a ton of television rights. That was not necessarily the case here for WCW. So this is the last Clash, man. And of all places, it's a place you and I just were very recently, the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. There's only 4,122 people there paying $75,000. And Meltzer said that was very disappointing despite heavy local promotion. And the show did a 3.64 rating, which is pretty healthy. But still, this is it for the Clash of the Champions. Kind of bittersweet, huh?
I remember thinking back then, no, it's not.
You didn't think that was the end?
No, I didn't think it was. I didn't think there was no bittersweet to me.
You were just glad it was over.
Glad it was over. Yeah. And the Clash was, again, it started during the Jim Crockett promotion era.
Yeah.
And we would name the Clash of the Champions. We would give them special names like Miami Mayhem or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Dixie Dynamite, some of those things. And then
Seasons beatings.
Yeah, that's right. we ceased to boy, I think I got Lois Schiavone.
You get Lois's cold? Did you get your mom's cold?
Anyway, sorry about that. But then we stopped naming them because we didn't really give a shit about them. And they were just a pain in the ass to do. They really were.
Isn't it interesting when you stop caring about them, so do the fans?
How about that? Isn't that something?
I mean, when treated like it's a big deal, it's a big deal. When it's just another fucking wrestling show, nobody cares.